Hello and welcome back, guys. We are back. Game week 12 is here. We're done with international break, and I'm joined with my co hosts, Aman and Suraj. And I'll particularly start with Suraj this time, who was himself on an IB. Suraj, how's it going, man?
It's going good. Good to be back. To be honest, I haven't followed any injury news or any updates on FPL this last 14 days. But yeah, happy to be back. I was just scrolling to Twitter today and got to know a lot of players are injured, and our viewers would own most of them. So like Gabriel is injured. Semenyo, I think, is not injured, but he is flagged by FPL. So let's talk about that in our podcast. But yeah, good to be back. How about you, Aman?
Yeah, I mean, I was myself on a very short break. Somewhere we were very close to each other, the two of us, Suraj and I.
I think all three
But yeah,
all three were in one destination, but at a different
and it
time.
was not planned. We should
Yeah,
have actually planned it better.
I
I
Yeah.
think
agree.
it's just a
No, I
thing
mean,
with the
uh,
FPL community. I've seen some other Indian podcaster, not from our channel, but others also going to the same location. I think there's something interesting which makes me wonder or makes me curious that I should be the next one to head there. And hopefully the fortune turn for you guys after this particular IB. I refreshed
yeah.
and all charged up for the upcoming.
Yeah, I mean, cannot wait to get to it. Let's go. Let's go. I think a lot of people are waiting. There are very key important decisions to be made this week. A lot of people are on Wildcard. They're gonna be on Wildcard next week, maybe. And then it's also a good window for playing other chips. So it's a very important week, and a lot of things happening all around.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah, let's
think
start.
I would say this is like the next 8 game weeks are season defining for most of the managers. This will make or break your season. If your journey is towards the top 10K or top 50K is what we are also aiming here. And just to mention, we are just 4 subscribers away from the 200 mark, and eagerly hoping that those who join who are watching us for the first time as subscribers and like help us grow, and we are sure that we'll be getting some good green arrows in the future game weeks. And if you follow us, I'm sure you'll also be fortunate enough to get those. Quick mention on the FF Scout. So 5% off still applies. You can still subscribe. They are adding features each week. Just today, Suraj was mentioning that there has been a revamp. There are some new stats, and he was exploring them. So we've got few insights. We prepared few views out of that as well. And yes, the data and the insights are all from that. So go subscribe, and I'm sure if you subscribe, not just for a FPL point of view, it's just a good article to get hands on knowledge about who is good at foot, like in from the PL standpoint, and if someone follows championship and other CL fantasy as well, it's a good place to be. Yeah, I mean, let's kickstart like game week 12, and I want Aman, maybe you can give me a thought process. You are on 4 free transfers, and
Yeah.
this now becomes very pivotal for you because considering now in the international break, I think there has been some information about injuries, some information, and like it's been like we have 11 game weeks of mature data, I would say, from an FPL and a Premier League standpoint, that where this season is heading to, and how do you see yourself now navigating, and maybe because I think you want to upskill or maybe upgain your rank and
Yeah.
to a certain landmark, a benchmark, so that then like season kicks off.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, interestingly, like if you can see the ticker, like it's there are a few changes happening in terms of fixtures turning for the better for a few teams, and you know turning not so well or turning bad for some others. So like particularly, a lot of people were loaded up on Chelsea players, for example, and this is probably the last week. Game week 12 is the last week where we have a great fixture, probably the best fixture out of all teams. We're playing Burnley. So, but post that, the next 8 game weeks, Chelsea have a very tough, run in PL. And I mean, personally, as a Chelsea fan, this is going to be a season defining run for the club as well. But yeah, I mean, from FPL perspective, this is a like for example, game week 13 would be a good hop off point from all your Chelsea assets. It will also be a good hop on point for assets from Manchester United, Liverpool, and Manchester City if you don't have them already. I'm sure everybody has Haaland at this point. I'm sure everybody already has, maybe a double Arsenal defense, maybe a triple up on Arsenal, but very few, I think, have, many player from Manchester United. I think been a lot of movement for Brian Mbumo in the last game week. He's been the highest, most transferred in player. So Manchester United fixtures are turning for the better. So you can look into that. Liverpool have probably the best run out of all. The sad fact is that there is no clear attacker that that would guarantee minutes from there, apart from Salah and Sabozlai probably. But Salah is not really firing this season up. He's not fired yet. So whether you want to go there or not, something we'll discuss in in the next 1 hour. Sabozlai, whether he has that kind of an upside, to invest in, or maybe you could look at somebody else in that price range. That is also something we'll discuss. But these are the kind of players I'm thinking about. The teams I'm thinking about, in particular, City, Liverpool, Manchester United. So and where from the teams where I want to move away, those would be primarily Chelsea. Post this game week. But yeah, I mean that's the lay of the land as for me. You could. The other thing which I was thinking is we do not but need to go for an overkill for any from any team. Maybe triple up is not even needed. I think even a double up from these big teams should be pretty good enough. There are a lot of value picks already. Bournemouth still don't have a bad fixture run, by the way. So, players like Senesi and Semenyo are still good as a hold in your team. They still have good fixtures coming up, so you can ease. They're an easy hold long term. So yeah, I mean, but you need to focus on a few upside players to gain those ranks, and that's what I'm looking to do. I have 4 free transfers. It's very tough personally to figure out what's the best combination to go for. There's a lot of movement that I need to manage, and a lot of combinations. It seems like even 4 transfers are less for me right now. That's where I am.
So yeah, I think from your last point, I'll take it from your last point, and I have a interesting question for Suraj because he always likes this congested period, and I want a pointer from him like how he is navigating. So four free transfer you say is not enough. So do you think that the template, even for like when we say game week 6 wildcard template or game week 8 wildcard template, how do you see those template changing like in like the upcoming game weeks? And do you see that a forward friendly structure, because I'm saying by a forward friendly structure, and a question on that as well, because in last like till game week 10 we were thinking more like a 4-4-2 system, and even people were fine with five defenders as well, because it felt like that they can bank on those four pointers. All it was becoming more predictable. But again, like coming back to Suraj, how do you see these congested December period fixtures? Like, do you think it's going to be forward friendly, or like is it going to be defensive friendly again, like you can bank on defcon or anything like that?
So at the start of the season, we know that defenders were giving better points than mid and forwards. But in the last 4 5 game weeks, I was just checking the data. Out of top 10, based on FPL points, only I think four of them are defenders, and the rest of them are mids and forwards. So the dynamics is changing. Forwards are getting more points than defenders now. And if I only take solely last 4 to 5 game weeks, the forwards, I think there are only two defenders in top 10. So that tells you something. And moving to such a congested period, when players play every 3 days, uh, uh, we all know that we cannot risk X minutes players in our team. We need to keep things concrete. Gabriel was one of those peak, and now he's not. But yeah, it does affect Arsenal as well. And as Aman pointed out, you do not have to have triple up on any team as of now, because the form that you are seeing currently, that will not continue in this congestion period, and we have seen this over years. So I'll be so I played my bench boost last game. It didn't go well. I only scored 9 points out of it. But my plan was to get rid of that chip and invest that money into forwards because of the change in dynamics, and that's my plan. I'm planning to get Buemo in the next team. But Aman correctly pointed out the teams that we should be targeting going forward.
Yeah, I think brightly, and you've summed up really well. And that's what my thought process was. I know we both, like, we all three of our have regrouped after a long time to just share what is our narrative. And I think I completely resonate with the pointers you guys shared, that how the teams are changing. And basically the key pointer you both mentioned about the structure of not over relying on one team, that we were thinking like you could do that in the initial 10 game weeks because we were seeing a trend. But now I think it's fair enough, because with AFCON there will be a lot of players moving out, and with other things also there will be player movements, rotations as well. So it's fair to assume that you can only rely on X minutes player and hope for them to secure you good points and one or odd returns. But again, now second pointer, and maybe we can move to the next fixture. Basically, this looks like a banker fixture for most of the manager. All teams have favorable fixtures. How do you see, like, does this week require any transfer or any chip, or maybe this week is something allows you to plan for future game weeks? And maybe Suraj, if you can move to the fixture ticker for um and the odds for next game week, this can give us some insight whether, because personally feel that we can easily plan for this game week, but this game weeks also is a window, as Aman rightly mentioned, for the future game weeks as well. So, and with each game week passing and those FCON transfer, everyone is eager to exhaust their if free transfers, right? Because you're losing value, you have to make a good use of those. So how do you see, maybe Aman, if you want to add on to that?
Yeah, I mean, see, if your team is in a good shape, I think probably you can even think about rolling your transfer. Like, depends on the strategy. Somebody might be like, they have I think at this point, everybody has a good bench strength in terms of the defenders. They're all playing defenders, they are all good for a clean sheet. And, there are a lot of fringe team defenders that we have, like, players like Anderson from Fulham who have a good clean sheet odds. Even you can think about even playing Leeds defender. And they're playing Villa at home, so still an outside chance of getting a clean sheet or some point. Rodon has had assists, so good. And with that, you can basically say wait for a week for more information where you want to see whether Gabriel injury is really long term. And maybe if it's just 1 week or 2 weeks, if it's for example 2 weeks, maybe you bench Gabriel this week. Next week you might be playing your free hit, for example. And by the time you're into game week 14, what if we have the information that Gabriel is going to be back? So
Mhm.
that's one way. Other than that, I feel Gabriel probably might require one transfer if you already have, like, say, 3 or 4 in your bank. I've seen a lot of teams with at least 2 to 3 transfers at least with them. So you can easily use one of those transfers to moving Gabriel to another player, or a couple of transfers to upgrade somebody from your midfield.
Mhm.
That's where I am. I'm not. So I would be very careful in terms of planning my transfers based on what kind of chips I have left to play. You would want to plan your free hit. You'd also not want to wait too long for players like Sar and Mbumo to get into your team, because you want to get the maximum out of them before they leave for AFCON. So if you don't have them yet, I think it's better to get them already this week itself. Get the maximum points you can from them instead of waiting for 1 or 2 weeks.
Is it fair to think of, like, now, like, these, at least till game week 15, like, these are game weeks where you can punt the maximum like throughout the season, because you are getting that luxury of 5 free transfers. And I think post that again there will be more teams looking like each other and a template being followed, and these are the game weeks where you can have those fringe picks where like a 15 pointer from them can give you a million rank odd rank rise. So do you think like game week 12 or like playing free hit and 13 and like 14 could be another strategy? Do you think like targeting it fixture wise or player wise, because each game week there might be a like we have new information, a new player might
Yeah.
pop up, so how do you see that happening?
Yeah, I mean, see, on that point, I was looking at it, but if you think of it, there are not many picks who are actually going on a Afcon. You obviously you have Salah. So I think in terms of punts, I feel Salah is the biggest punt you can make, in the short term, because right now nobody has Salah. It's very low owned, and Salah has the fixtures on his side. He is a 90-minute man. I'm pretty sure Slot is never gonna bench him till he leaves for AFCON. So that is, but bringing in Salah along with Haaland is a very tough job. First of all, you need at least, I think, maybe three transfers even, or at the least two. So do you want to go there? it does it make your overall team weak? So that is one. Apart from that, I feel there are only two other players which catch my eye, like players like Sar and Mbumo, who are others who are going on a AFCON. Already, I think a lot of people have Sar and Mbumo.
Bomo is
Mbumo,
not
as I
going,
said,
right?
no, Mbumo is going.
Going, but I think it's going late, and again United have asked for
Yeah.
game week 19 that if he could be available.
19, I was hearing 17 though.
17,
But yeah,
okay.
I mean, they've asked for like at least 1 or 2 game weeks extra for him to stay with them. So, but so for me, those are the kind of players you want to get, but they're already very popular. So I feel, are they really punts at this point? Not really.
Hmm.
Semenyo was one player who would have gone, but his team did not qualify for AFCON, so he's gonna be in the team any which way. I
I
don't.
mean,
I
I
Min,
know
Same
few
with
folks.
Minte, right? Minte is also not going.
No, I mean few folks like I've seen on like Twitter also, and I follow a couple of folks. They've been thinking like this is a week to probably go against Haaland and like a triple Liverpool where you can be sure of maybe playing a free hit in this particular week. But I see, I see that there is limited opportunity,
Yeah.
and this is also the biggest opportunity to get a rank rise and like be in a decent position for through like the second half of the season as well. So that's why it's becoming challenging for everyone, and even me. Like I'm thinking whether making using two FTs makes sense, or whether using a chip to maximize a week where you see a potential. Is that like a strategy? And maybe Suraj, you want to add on to differential as well. Are you keeping an watch list of players where you want to target couple of fixtures, because there are certain teams who might be weak in post 15 or even like before 15, and like targeting few players against them would work. Like that's a strategy I am significantly inclining towards, and maybe this spot will clear up that air as well.
Yeah. So I was thinking completely opposite. I was thinking spending those transfer now because we are anyway getting those 5 free transfers to rectify any mistakes that we do, or if people leave to AFCON. As you said, Varun, this is a time to gain ranks, and a lot of people won't go for AFCON players. And if you want to gain that rank back, I think these are the players you can target for. Coming to differentials, O'Reilly is something I'm very interested in. Once
Yeah.
8 Nouri goes to AFCON, he's a golden pick. And even with 8 Nouri being fit, O'Reilly hasn't lost his position. Pep is still trusting him and is still not just playing but giving returns as well. So that's one pick I'm interested in. Munoz is something I'm interested in. To Gabriel, I'll remove Gabriel and bring in Munoz in my team. I don't have Palace defense. Apart from that, from midfielders, Salah, we have already pointed it out, but I don't think apart from that there are any. In forwards, there are more than three spots for me. Welbeck, Haaland, and Mateta for sure, but we also have Brentford forward Thiago. João Pedro is performing well. So there are a lot of slots open up front, but we only three positions to fill. So let's see.
Yeah,
So,
I think
like
this
in
fixture.
terms of differential, I was you could also think of changing the structure. For example, I'm noticing a lot of, there's there has been already, as you were mentioning earlier, like people were thinking about 4-4-2 earlier. Now, I'm noticing even a shift to 4-3-3. Right? You could go with Welbeck or Thiago as your third forward with Mateta and Haaland. That is also some an interesting way to go a little bit differential, where you're constantly playing four out of your five strong defenders and go strong at the back, so that you have five good defenders all the time. So that's also one way.
And in terms of like, let's say we have these fixtures this week. If you had to punt on for this particular week, which fixture do you feel like Arsenal have been given immense odds for clean sheet, but do you think like they can without Gabriel? And I
I
think we
think
have.
this numbers, yeah, this probability is before Gabriel injury because we haven't had any official news about Gabriel. Everything is rumor, but I think he will be out for a long period, so that
Yeah.
clean sheet odds will drop for sure. What I'm looking
But I
for,
don't think, I don't think they will drop massively. I think Arteta has a really well-oiled engine in terms of, the whole team now. The squad is super good.
Yeah.
I think players like Mosquera and Hincapi, they can easily fill in those places. Sure, there will be some drop off, but
yeah,
it would not be that significant that, all of a sudden they will not be keeping
Drop
clean
off from
sheets.
set piece goal will surely be there in
right,
Arsenal.
yeah, yeah,
That's true.
and
That's
and
there.
and and that's bad news for Saka. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just
and
one player, but yeah,
I mean, Rice and Saka
yeah,
both have been targeting Gabriel, so that's surely
right,
a.
right.
So I
I
think
mean,
maybe.
yeah, the difference that I was talking about is that I won't go triple up defense on Arsenal now. Before I was planning to, and now I'll just double up. That's what double up. Not even defense, and only two players from their team.
Yeah,
So yeah,
and I
that's the
think
difference it
there
has
are
made.
now, when I'm looking at, when we have a section later on also, and I think captaincy also becomes a key consideration this week, maybe a week to challenge Haaland as well. You
Yeah,
don't get many weeks where you can do that, but I think this could
But
be one.
would you like he scored a brace in 2 minutes in his
Yeah.
international
Well, let's see. I mean, Saka also scored a really good goal. He could have scored
right?
another one as well, but I mean, both are on fire. Like, just matter of time. Like, maybe this could hurt
yeah,
bad, and we'll discuss. But let's move
yeah.
on to the
One
next.
interesting match that I can see over here, which can gain points, which can gain you points, is Bournemouth versus West Ham. We only
Yeah,
have Senesi or Semenyo. If you're Krupi, you can play him. If you have I don't think is Ivan is fit now.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
fit.
He is
He's
fit,
started
He's
right?
sharing minutes with Krupi.
But
last.
Kluivert is injured, right? He's a doubt. So
But
Krupi
so
might
the good
play.
pointer is after Semenyo, like the initial rumor around Semenyo was that he was injured and people moved him out. So we'll see on the transfer trend just after this that he's been transferred out. So he becomes a slightly good differential if like in the rank range we are in, if people have moved in out, and if it stays that, like if he stays flagged and people have not tracked that information well, so that could be also a plus.
So Ritin is asking, is Semenyo injured? The FPL has put a flag on him, but
But
as per
he got engaged.
Instagram, yeah,
He got engaged.
exactly. As per Instagram, I think he has got engaged or he went for an anniversary, something like that.
Yeah,
It has nothing to do with injury, I think.
yeah.
We'll get to know in Friday, on Friday actually about this.
Let's move to the next one.
Yeah. Okay, so this is basically defensive reliability. What this tells you is the teams that you should focus on when it comes to defense. So if you want to pick a Gabriel, if you want to swap Gabriel with someone, you should look at the first quadrant that you see, in which Arsenal, City, Newcastle, Chelsea, Villa, Leeds, but I won't go near Leeds or Liverpool. So yeah, as you can see, Arsenal versus any other team, there's a drastic difference. So don't
Yeah,
expect Gabriel level points even if you bring any one of them or any
yeah.
defender for that matter. What you can do now is you can move, instead of defcon you can might move towards clean sheet or attacking returns, and that's the reason I'm going for O'Reilly. or Munoz for that matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, you can also get to know the teams to target. But we already know that West Ham, Burnley, Nottingham Forest are the team to target. So nothing new there.
And Wolves, I think.
Yeah, and Wolves.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, so if we are actually discussing what are the best replacements for Gabriel, so by this graph, it simply says that get
Timber.
Julian Timber. Simply
Callum
just get another Arsenal
exactly.
defender, and
But he's
forget
bad
about
for
it.
DEFCON. Like I was pulling up those numbers. Suraj, you want to just go to that
Yeah.
view for replacement? Yeah, so I was pulling his number. I looked at Timber. He hasn't got any DEFCON throughout the season, and it's startling for me. Like to expect he hasn't. But yeah, it's down to how Arsenal defense is also. Like the defensive midfield does most of the job, and like Timber is half of the time in within the opposition box. So like there is hardly any chance of DEFCON. But a DEFCON monster that's turning out to be Saka. So that's another plus pointer around that we can discuss. But Aman, like your
Yes.
thoughts on the replacements? We haven't discussed the replacement. I know you are keen on one particular person in this view, but thoughts on the other ones?
So for me, I'm particularly very interested in Van Dijk, simply because I think he gives me the perfect mix of good fixtures, uh, great DEFCON points every match. He also is the main attacker when it comes to set pieces for Liverpool. So and he's been knocking on the doors with he's been very unfortunate to not get that goal last match as well, which was ruled out. So I definitely feel that he is the perfect fit for my team. Particularly, it gives me uh, a view into Liverpool team in general, and he sorts out my defense as well. So for me, I think I'm heavily tilted towards Virgil van Dijk for
Uh,
Gabriel.
are you confident on the clean sheet part, or are you just going for DEFCON?
Not really, but look at those fixtures: Nottingham Forest, West Ham, Sunderland, Leeds. I mean, I would
The
expect at
fixture
least,
screams, but
yeah.
not the
So
Liverpool team.
even by looking at the fixtures, it feels like there are at least three game weeks in the next six, three clean sheets in the next 6 game weeks, right? Out of those, and the plus point is that Allison is very close to returning,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
he's back.
that
I think
improves the
he might
defense
start.
leaps and bound. Like that improves that Liverpool defense like crazy. We know that.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Mhm.
I feel a lot more confident from the clean sheet perspective because of Allison's return. And yeah, I mean, those are the fixtures to target. Like, I would be surprised if he doesn't have at least two returns in the next 6 game weeks. I am betting on that.
Mm.
Mm,
So I
makes sense.
am of a notion, then maybe Suraj can add further on that, like get strengthening. Like I don't have Saka, so I feel like now is my gateway. Or maybe if someone has Saka, also like if they are interested in a particular midfielder who can garner same amount of points in the time period Gabriel is out, which could be 1 to 2 months as per Onstein. So like I feel like going cheap, like 4.5-ish Keane or maybe even lower Anderson, Muki Ali from Sunderland could be like a 4 point floor for him as well. And like strengthening your upgrading your midfielders. If you don't have Saka, getting him. If you don't have Mbumo or Bruno, like you like United midfield, getting him. Um, Maybe a Liverpool punt also, like Sobosla is becoming a pick. So I think it's like giving an opportunity to spread the funds across as well, not just like direct replacements. Because I feel like if I look at the structure, people might like Timber, but like it's a direct replacement. But again, with this fixture congestion, I will doubt his minutes, like because Champion League games are also tough. They play Bayern,
Yeah.
Liverpool fixture, and I think that's why Van Dijk becomes an option. That and if you see last few games, I think Liverpool XGC has been on a positive side. It's not. It's like improving. The team is doing well. The results haven't been kind, but I think they are doing better, and I think this break should like help them like get back, getting their key players back. Isak is back, Allison is back. So if the team is back to full strength, it was a good period to like brush up yourself and like get going for the season now. They've already lost 5 games, so they have to clearly improve. And this set of fixture, I think, scream that. And
Yeah.
if you have to also think of a goal threat, right? Like, and if you see from an XG standpoint, who all stands, like, I know Timber is always in the box, but I think Van Dijk XG is also decent, and we've seen him being targeted. Every team is kind of going in the direction of using set piece as the biggest asset to score. So I feel it becomes a good opportunity for Van Dijk because Sobosla is getting a lot of chances. They are putting in a lot of crosses. Liverpool corner numbers are improving, so I think it's a good case that it's a good entry point as well for Liverpool fixture and Van Dijk. And from a footballing terms, also, if someone is like close to Gabriel, then I think it's Van Dijk as well. So I would also put my money on him. Otherwise, I will like go really cheap. I don't trust Pep, and I feel it. There is a rotation coming with O'Reilly as well, and even with the
Yeah.
performance he's been putting. So it's very difficult for me to go there. If you want to go there and trust the defense, I think Vimersh has done a good job in trusting Donnarumma there.
Yep.
Yep.
No, but like Donnarumma, just like Raya, doesn't have any upside apart from a clean sheet,
Yeah,
right?
6 pointers max.
If you are looking for some extra points from your defense, you have to go different. Somebody like Nico Riley, who's really been favored, and I totally side with Suraj on Nico Riley. I think
But
he
with
could have
fixture
really.
congestion, it becomes tricky, right?
Yeah, you have like with all Pep Guardiola picks or teams except for Haaland right now, nobody's safe for
Mm.
all the game weeks. So you have to assume that there will be a benching or there will be an early substitution in at least two of those six next game weeks in the fixture congestion.
Yeah,
But even if that, imagine if that early substitution comes right after 60 minutes or at the 60 minute, you're still banking a clean sheet, right? And
totally.
I am okay with that. And with the way we have set up our teams, our defense is more than capable, even if Nico Riley is benched in one of those weeks. I am, and he's at a very sweet price point of 5 million, very gettable, gives you a look into the City defense as well. Probably the only other player I'm more comfortable going with from Manchester City apart from Haaland.
Yep.
Mm.
With
Interesting.
Nico Riley, all you need is one
Differential,
decent bench, a 4 million or
But
a four point
like
one million
if
defender.
I had to rate, if someone like my preference will be Van Dijk. If someone doesn't have Timber, then I would be second will be Timber, and my third will be Munoz. Like because I see
Yep.
the
yeah.
outlet there as well. Because then
Absolutely.
the
I
fixture
was
has
about to say. So the
Yep.
only thing with Munoz is, have you guys, is it, I don't know if it's just me or have you also noticed that he's not been that attacking this season?
yeah, yeah.
Uh, Probably because they are having to play so many matches and there is not a very adept deputy for Munoz in that team and he's had to play almost all those matches. So Muno's output has sort of suffered a little bit. And going forward, Crystal Palace have the worst run of fixtures, out of all the Premier League
After
teams.
15.
Right. And and before 15, anyway, it's congested for everybody.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah, but
So, and
they don't have Europe, right? Like so, like
no, they do.
they
Crystal
do.
Palace are in Conference
Yeah, yeah,
League,
yeah.
right? So it's a very tough run. I'm not so sure whether Crystal Palace will be able to handle that kind of a run and keep clean sheets that like they've been keeping, whether there will be no injuries or such. I'm not so comfortable going with Daniel Munoz because of just this reason. So for me, if you so you have to look if you already have two uh, a defender such as like you already have a Timber and Gabriel, then you should not be getting another
Yeah.
Arsenal defense at all. If you have somebody like a Raya and Gabriel, then also I would suggest not going for Timber since you already have
Coverage.
one Arsenal defense. But if you only have Gabriel, then definitely I think you have to go with Timber. You need at least one Arsenal defense in your team. So that's where I am. If that, if and say for example we leave that part out, one Arsenal defender out. For me, the next best defender in terms of replacement has to be Virgil van Dijk. And if you and post that, if you don't have Senesi already, it is still a great window to get Senesi in, by the way.
Yeah, and
Look
if
at
you
the
had to, like,
fixture.
Aman, if you had to rate based on minutes, what will be your top three just from minutes?
For sure, Van Dijk, Senesi.
And third,
And I'll probably go with, if you solely and Timber, then yeah. I don't see
I
him
think
getting
I
benched.
would pick Van Dijk, Senesi, and Munoz again. Like I still feel Timber has a good competition from White, and like with this run, he knows he has to protect his players. Like
But if
Arteta
you
knows
think
he has
of it, he has actually played
all
he has
PL games.
almost always played 90 minutes.
Yep.
It's been Calafiori who's always been subbed off at around 60 minutes or
Hmm,
70 minutes.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
For
mean,
me,
for me, City defenders are the punts. So
Yeah.
if you are punting, you have to look at City
Like
defense.
I mean, the next game is could be like in on free hit. I mean, you can really punt on Nico O'Reilly. I think
yeah.
it's
So I have
the
Burn and Gabriel. Burn has a red card, and thinking about bringing in Munoz and O'Reilly both.
Yeah,
nice.
fair shout.
Let's
Okay,
move
let's
on.
move to yeah. So this is basically positional advantage. What this tells you is against each team, like for example, Wolves, how many times striker or right winger or left winger or any other position have scored. So there are few straightaway call outs that I would like to make. Basically, Wolves, West Ham, Burnley, United, yeah, even Bournemouth actually. If you see, those almost 30 to 40% of the share are scored by striker. So uh, Wolves plays whom next? I think Palace, right? So Mateta is a good shout for
Mm.
captaincy if you're not going
Yep.
Haaland. That
West
was
Ham,
one.
West Ham also is there. So again,
Yep.
I think they're playing work
But
Bournemouth.
thing with
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth,
Bournemouth.
yeah, the thing with Bournemouth is they're like anyone can score. It
PM
was
is seven,
Semenyo before,
so
but yeah,
Semenyo can score.
yeah. Semenyo can score. There's Ivan Nilsson, Krupi. Like there are a lot of players who can score. With Palace, it would be Sar or Mateta who are going to score. So if you are going for captaincy, I think Mateta is a better pick than
Mm. Nice.
yeah. Apart from that, if you see for right winger, Liverpool have like
Arsenal is amazing in this
oh
table,
yeah,
man.
yes. Either it's either you can score from CBs or strikers. None of the other
Don't
positions have scored. It's amazing actually, and we have seen it in the defensive reliability chart as well. Arsenal are at a different league this season
Mm.
when it comes to defense and in general as well. But yeah, anything apart from this, anything that screams to you?
I
West
think
Ham. So
United has been conceding a lot from striker, it seems.
yeah,
So this
yep.
is like
But
second.
yeah, I mean, they're playing Everton. Beto does not have a
Oh,
chance, like, ever.
I think it
Yeah.
could
Well,
emerge.
regarding West Ham as well, actually, a lot of midfielders have scored, if you see. And that's because so I was reading this from I'm not able to recollect the
So
name.
this one looks like Kluivert, somebody like a Kluivert or Tavernier kind of a
It's
game.
Semenyo, I think.
Yep,
No,
Semenyo is a
Tavernier. I
forward,
mean,
right? I mean,
Right
mm,
wing,
y-
center
yeah.
mid. He's
yeah,
always there, always. So
right.
who's center
But
back for like West Ham? Who's playing? Oh, Bournemouth, Senesi.
Yeah.
Bournemouth, yeah.
No, he's saying central midfielder,
CV is
CM,
CM
also
and CB as
and
well.
CB. So
Yep.
Senesi, yeah.
Yep. So
Right.
that's I
interesting.
don't think anything apart from that screams in
Interesting
this chart.
But yeah,
Yeah.
as
good,
well.
good view to have a like a touch point on who to
Yeah,
target.
there's been enough data now, right? Like we have 11 game weeks data, so
Yep.
Yeah. Let's move.
Can be relied on. Yeah. So yeah,
oh
this
my
is
god,
basically
that's
expected output versus possession lost. Let's forget about possession lost. from an FPL perspective, we don't care how many possessions the player lost until and unless he scores. So just look at the about top players that you see.
Chelsea wise.
Garnacho, Estevao. I mean, if he starts to play, if he starts every game, I think I would be very tempted to go
You
for him.
trust me, like Chelsea fans have been, they've crying like anything that please let's play Estevao every game. Like we have to. Like
He did score a penalty, right, for Brazil.
he scored a
Yep,
penalty,
yep.
yes, in the international
I think
friendly.
he can
And
be
he
capable.
was a live wire in that match, by the way. I saw the highlights. So he was amazing. Like everything was flowing through him. He was always involved. And by the way, in the last couple of matches, Garnacho has been playing
Yeah.
pretty well for us. Like, so I am tracking both of them. I
Mm.
want to see whether, maybe Garnacho becomes, since he's had a lot more minutes than Esteva, a lot more guarantee on that wing. Uh, since Jamie Gittins has not done as well, like he's not been bad as, but Garnacho has all you know, all of a sudden become like a favorite, I would say, at Stanford Bridge. So let's
Could be
see
a
how
punt
that
in
pans
next
out.
four. Could be a punt in next four.
But our fixture run is very tough, just to call that out. Like the fixture run is very tough. But let's see.
Yeah. Good view. I
Hi,
know.
hi on football is here. He has a question. Gabriel का सही replacement बता. We just talked about it.
We can
Actually,
give a recap. So Aman is going for Van Dijk. Suraj is liking Nico O'Reilly and Munoz. And if you have to take a ranking, I think Van Dijk is the best shout. If you already so Aman, do you want to summarize again? Like
Yeah, no, that's exactly. So I feel like if you have a double Arsenal defense, then I don't think you need to go for another Arsenal defensive replacement. But if you have, in terms of defense, you only had Gabriel, then definitely go for Timber. Other than that, after Timber, for me personally, I would go with Van Dyke. And if you don't have Senesi already, you should definitely think about going for Senesi. If you are in a zone where you want to go a little bit differential, then for me the two picks are Daniel Munoz and Nico O'Reilly.
yeah.
yep,
You want to let's Suraj move to the transfer trends, maybe if you want
sure.
to get first. Yeah. So we are also like I just wanted to highlight here as well. Like you can see also already that Gabriel ownership reducing. There were quite a people are selling, and the recommendation are screaming in the top four again. So Mimonos, O'Reilly, Timber, and Virgil are standing out there. So we are clearly seeing that trend playing out. So I think that's a fair shout to be in, and they are good replacements. Like none of them, I would say. Virgil obviously has an edge because of the fixture run, and obviously the the similarity between Gabriel and
Yeah,
Virgil is quite a lot that it's hard to ignore
yeah.
given.
Attacking threat for Virgil is better than any other player. I think Munoz comes the closest, but yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, moving to mid actually. Sorry for this. I need to because it wasn't coming in one window, so I
no
had
worries.
to snip it. Yeah. So for mid transfers, as you can see, people are going for Buemo, Doku, uh, Rice. I'm surprised. Uh,
Yeah,
the red
he's
bar
very
tells
popular.
transfer out, right? Varun?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
yes.
Semenyo, people have transferred out Semenyo.
Mm.
It will be
After that
a
news, yeah,
yeah, it will be news
some
for them again
200,000
on Friday.
people already fell for that news. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. Apart from that, do you see anything?
Do you think this is a good week to transfer out Enzo Fernandez? I mean, for me personally, like
I
I
think
am
he's
thinking
a sell for me. I think he was never a
we are
pick
playing
for me.
Burnley, but we are playing Burnley. Although it's at Burnley home, we're away to Burnley. So, but would you keep him for Burnley or would you sell?
I think people will spend their transfer on defense this game week because of the injuries. But yeah, if someone has a luxury to transfer Enzo out, I would do it. As Varun said, right? He was never a pick for me as well, to be honest.
Mhm.
Uh, During that
Yeah, I've been
short
very
time of
unlucky. Like
yeah,
he's not returned even once since I've gotten him in.
right. It's a bit unlucky, but yeah. Uh,
Also,
uh,
Doku. How seriously are you considering Doku as a pick, by the way?
oh, yep, yep, yep. The only problem with Doku is I do not want to onload on lot of City players. I know Pep. So I'm already going with O'Reilly. I don't want Doku headache.
Like Doku is
But as
probably
a
playing.
punt,
He is the most creative
yeah,
player in that City team right now. But very weirdly, he keeps on getting subbed out.
yeah,
I mean, I would. I don't know what's the reason why Pep does that, but he is probably he's definitely creating the most. He's clearly the threat. He is getting those chances to Haaland. He's last match he finally even scored a worldie
yep.
himself. Why would you still keep subbing him out? Yeah,
At
so that's what turns me off from
yeah.
Doku.
The
So if you,
pro.
I read
Mhm.
an article, interesting article, and it's in good insight on Haaland as well. So Norway have kind of had a same game plan, like a structure, like how City sets up throughout the qualifiers
Qualifiers. Hmm.
for Haaland, and the structure was having a strong left winger which provides to Haaland, and that has been Doku. So I don't think they're moving away from that, like even from a City perspective.
Right. Yeah, he's the one who creates, as rightly called out. Okay. Apart from that, Saka, NDI, yeah, good pick. Nothing against them. Let's go to forward quickly. Let's see what's happening in the forward front.
Yeah, clearly Thiago is the pick of amongst forward. Even
Yep.
I personally am
Is he the
thinking of
most
getting him in.
picked player this week?
Yeah.
I think
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Is he
For
I
me,
can't.
why when I
I really
after Embumo?
like
After
before
Embumo.
Gabriel injury. My I was already thinking I'll move even Pedro to get him this week.
Hmm.
so
But I mean,
when
why would you? Why
yeah
I would not move out Pedro against Burnley.
I know, but like that's away, and Burnley has been somehow doing really well away, like on their home
yeah
pitch.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, come on, you
At their
have to
home,
give
yeah.
Chelsea a little bit more credit than that.
I am in love with Pedro. Everyone moved him out. I have kept him on, and you know the reason why I kept him. The reason is
Burnley.
like in the initial part of the season, I was not trusting him. He paid off, and then I was like, now I have to show patience with him, and at least
Yeah,
like if he watches this pod, then he'll thank me.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
when I
yeah,
was on wildcard,
yeah,
yeah, when I
go
was
ahead.
on wildcard on in game week 8, I had a choice between Welbeck and Thiago, and Voldemort. I went with
And
Welbeck, but
Welbeck is also a really good pick, man.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Really good pick.
But with Thiago, with the and they are similar price point, 6.3, 6.5. And that's the reason for me it's very hard to remove Welbeck out for Thiago. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
apart from the anything that screams, guys. What about Isaac? Is Isaac fake? What's happening
No,
with
but
him?
like I sorry, I just wanted to mention like
Hmm.
Voltemade scored on international
Oh yes,
break. He's
Yeah.
been, I think Nagelsmann has been vouching for him that he has shown his quality. He's like, and if you ask German fans, they'll be like, we are getting a striker after so long. We wanted someone like Klose, who's like a poacher, and they are putting him in that bracket. Like he's been in discussion, and now we see a trend where he's been moved out. So do you see like is it just a fixture play because they're playing City and like Thiago is emerging? Because I don't see in a world because Visa will be out for Afcon as well. So he is basically not in risk for his position from anyone. And I see like he either he's the outlet or Gordon is the outlet. And with
yep,
the Gordon minutes, what we are seeing is like he's only playing 75, 80 minutes. I think there is always a 20 minutes window where he might get a penalty as well. So I think these transfers are like too reactive and not assessing
Hmm.
that the potential he has. Because
yeah.
I was underestimating him and I have changed my mind on him. I'm not buying him particularly, but I think he's still a good FPL pick.
But do you think like the fixture run is up there for Newcastle?
See, it's again like that. I mean, Newcastle hasn't been putting a lot of XG in the games, and if you look at the score
Exactly.
split in which they have low XG, also he's the scorer. So that's where like they are too effective with their chances that they're getting. I think, and I think that's why I feel that he and see if
Yeah.
you if you have to
The
think of a
thing
game.
which, so the only they have for me, like when I look at their fixtures in over say the next even 8 or 9, they have two good games. One which is Burnley at home, and then in game week 19, which is Burnley away.
Hmm.
Apart from that, even the games that they have at home, they're not easy. Like for example, next week they in 12 they're playing City at home. In 14 they're playing Tottenham at home.
Yeah.
Then they're playing, Burnley, which is a great game at home. And then again, like in 17, they play Chelsea at home. So, we know that they're a great team, when they play at home. But even there, they don't have great fixtures. So that's what, it's not really encouraging for me personally.
Yep.
Great. Let's move. Yep. So, fixture taker, and this is on Aman's request because this is a good window.
Because I have all the chips remain.
So, you do have triple captain. Oh, sorry, you have
Yeah,
bench boost.
yes, triple captain.
My God,
And free
Aman, you
hit.
have. This is coming.
No, right now I'm in a fix. You understand? Like it's
Yeah.
becoming a headache more than anything else.
Because
I
you
cannot,
know
for
what,
the
if
life
you
of
are
me, figure
playing
out
your,
when to
if
play
you are
them.
using your four free transfers, I will do bench boost this game week, bro.
Again, I said I wish I had six free transfers, but you cannot. You can act max have five. But yeah,
So I'll just give a quick recap. So game week 12, even before the season started, was considered as a good wildcard window for obvious reasons. We always prefer doing wildcard after international break, and then
Okay, so
yeah,
we'll
no
we'll
worries, bro.
take this up. Yeah, I think he has something to take care of. But yeah,
But yeah,
as go ahead, go ahead, Aman.
sorry for
Oh, he's
the
back.
intrusion, guys. My friends were calling me. Anyway, so yeah, I was saying that wildcard 12 is an obvious window. Obviously, after an IB, you have a lot of information. We are already seeing thing, and then game week 13 onwards, there is a good fixture swing towards good teams. Liverpool, Man City, Newcastle, Arsenal already has a good fixture, and Aston also are going on a decent run. They are picking up form as well, so that's why they are become a team of consideration. And then offloading assets of Chelsea, who are on like a dicey form as well, and then fixture are also tricky. So that's becomes a window for wildcard. 13 is a window for free hit again. Now the point around 13 is that Liverpool are playing West Ham and City are playing Leeds. So you can have a Liverpool heavy and a City heavy free hit draft where you can even think of captaining maybe Salah, and like if someone likes, we just saw that how West Ham are considering more from the midfield as well, but and then Leeds is at home for City, so that's a fixture where you might have to have a team which is not so like a structure that you might have in game week 12. So that's where like this notion is coming, and obviously most of the teams right now had at least two Arsenal, and they're playing Chelsea away. So that is also a very difficult fixture. So you are basically three or four players away from the best team for game week 13. So that screams free hit for that week. Similarly, game week 16, and the obvious answer again there is that Arsenal triple up might be a good one there, which again, we might not be in that stage by game week 15 because we might be on a two Arsenal structure now with Gabriel injury. That also is becoming a consideration. People might be on one Arsenal as well. So again, if they're playing Wolves and there are like, let's say Gyökeres is back, Saka is doing well, or like there are two good picks emerging. So they're playing Wolves, which is again a marquee fixture. So again, becomes a pick. Then the other team to target is Aston Villa. So maybe you target Watkins, maybe you can target Rogers. But again, that's also a good clean sheet banker fixture that you can target. So free hit or triple captain is becoming a shout. You can have two players from Brentford, they're playing Leeds at home. So that's also a decent fixture. Chelsea is where people are going to offload if they are on wild card. There are not many assets there. They are playing Everton at home. So that's also a decent fixture to target. So like again, it's basically how these two game weeks are slightly outlier from the rest of the game weeks where you can like just move your team around, so that becomes
Hmm.
a consideration. And like if you have to talk about triple captain, like you can let's say if you want Haaland to be triple captain, you can think of game week 13. You can think of game week 12 for Salah if you have in your team when you don't have. Then I would say even game week 15 and 16 both can be triple captain fixture where you can even go for Liverpool or Saka from Arsenal. He's
Even
playing both.
City
So
are playing Sunderland, so that's
yeah,
also not a bad fixture.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So Liverpool playing Leeds away. And if you want to go till the last, then game week 19 is mirror of game week 15. So you get the reverse fixture where Salah won't be back. But let's say if Isak is firing, you can maybe punt on Isak as a triple captain for those who haven't till now. And then maybe if you have like Bruno or Mbumo who might be back. So Bruno likely could be back for 19. But yeah, again, 19 could be a fixture for United to target for triple captain. And like I've put bench boost as 15th because before AFCON, everyone will be exhausting their chip. And like if let's say you are on three free transfers by that time, then you create your team specifically for game week 15 so that you have all playing players and maybe for the marquee fixtures, and you play your bench boost chips and then have five free transfers to navigate. But other than that, I think it's a vibe play. Like bench boost is a vibe play. So if you feel good about a particular game week. Both me and Suraj were feeling good about the last game week. But when I look at my this game week team, I feel like I should have played in this game week. So like it's like any game week player can give you, your player on your bench can give you like 10, 12 points. So
Yeah,
it's
even for that matter, like I was saying that somebody, if you can, if your team is not too desperately in a need of many transfer, you can even think of game week 13 as a wild card. You know, you can delay a wild card even further
Mhm.
once 1 week, and instead of then having to play free hit or managing that game with free hit, like you can have the players you want, maybe not all of them, but you know, a lot of them still.
yeah.
So personally, I am feeling like a triple captain game week 13 on
Mm,
Haaland,
yeah.
because he's playing Leeds at home and he will have a decent rest. I think their midweek probably they do have like the teams
CL
have
is
a
there.
midweek Champions League fixture, right, between 12 and 13. So but I think they are playing PSV probably.
No, PSV is with Liverpool, I think.
Okay, so but City doesn't have a tough fixture, is what I somehow
Arsenal
remember.
has mine. I don't know about City yet. But I think
Chelsea
yeah,
has
you can, it's a
I'm
uh,
just
easy
checking.
Barcelona.
Yeah, yeah.
and just want to
It's
highlight before
Leverkusen. Yeah.
it's slightly tough, but I think it can be good fixture. They
Yeah,
are not at that level yet.
anyway.
It's not Shabby's Leverkusen. But I wanted to mention that we have not put 14 specifically because it's a midweek fixture. There could be many rotations, so a chip could backfire massively over there. So don't
Yeah.
trust game week 14 with that. And like I'm sure there will be a lot of rotations. Teams are traveling a lot. And if you have to think about like travel time, I was looking at the teams traveling the least. It's our Arsenal and Liverpool. So like that also is a positive on them to like if you're picking those players. So that's a good takeaway there as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
And now looking at, based on your discussion, for me it feels like if we hit 16 is somehow sounding a lot better
Yeah, even
considering.
I'm on that. I'm free at third 16 because I think like I'm moving away from double Arsenal structure and not having anyone from Aston Villa, and that's one
Mm,
differential. Like that's three differential player I can think of right now that I will have. And if I don't have Thiago by that time, that is also a player that I would need in that fixture. So I think it's enough for me to think in that aspect that to maybe play my chip.
right. Right. So that, but the other downside is I think we will have 5 transfers for game week 16.
Yeah, so if people want to see, but the point here is like if you have a team structure built for game week 13, 14, 16, oh sorry 15, then the only anomaly is 16 where you might be little off from those weeks because like Aston Villa are playing Arsenal in like 15, so obviously people won't be liking that. And then after that, they have United, Chelsea, and Arsenal again. So Aston Villa obviously will not be a pick for a lot of people. that's the only week there might be a pick, and that
Hmm.
could be a differential gain for you. So that is a clear upside. So just think of it as like if in 15 any team has a tough fixture and then in 16 they have a decent fixture,
Yeah,
then you can pick them. Why? Because 15 also mirrors 19. So if people are looking at like a 4 5 window horizon, they might think, hey, they are repeating a tough fixture again. So then that becomes a clear. And Aston
correct.
is one of those case. I think Brentford also becomes one of those case because they're playing Arsenal in 14 and then Spurs away and then Leeds. So again, you might not be on Thiago. Like no matter how much the noise is around him, people still might not be on him. And then
By the way, if you are able to, if you're playing free hit 13, you will definitely have Thiago anyway.
yeah,
And then the need for having Thiago in your team permanently
is in 16.
decreases
So yeah, 13 is
significantly.
also a case for there.
Yeah.
Good shout.
But yeah, I mean, that's a really good, mind map of sorts. So thanks for doing this for me. Genuinely feel it has helped a little bit, in
But
terms
yeah,
of
I
gaining
would
some
I
clarity.
would I would like push you to bench boost this week. I want to look at your team, but
Let's
I'm
discuss. Yeah,
slightly sure, yeah. But like, do we have more section, Suraj?
Yeah, yeah. We have captaincy and then our teams.
awesome.
Like we'll quickly like I'll quickly brush up on captaincy. So I mean, like we've looked at the fixture and let's go back to the fixtures again. Let's look at City's fixtures till 16. So City have Newcastle. I think Leeds again. Haaland is the best caption. 14 also Haaland is the best caption. And I think 16 also. But
Yeah.
even like with the form Saka is in, I think against Newcastle, it's a window where you can captain him. Then in game week 13, people might think of Salah if they are on free hit. They might think like, let's say if Saka scores against Nottingham 2 goals, people will start moving on him. And you can then think of that there is no way you can break your team to get in Salah. So you will think that maybe let me play a free hit to get a good like the best team possible, optimal team possible for 13 and captain Salah because that's where the wave is going. You captain him, get those returns, and like a Salah Haaland team because you
Yeah.
should be avoiding a rank drop if let's say Haaland also fires. And then maybe you have Fulham away where you can again Arsenal becomes like Saka becomes so now if we go back to the point expected points we can see where all like Saka is ahead of like game week 12 clearly he is ahead of Haaland and then I think game week 16 again he's ahead of Haaland. So like there are decent fixture and even Salah is higher on game week 14 I think. So there are these 3 game weeks where you can go differential and if we are saying like let's say you are not going for differential, the only other differential for rank gain is picking the best captain for that particular game week. And let's say if you want to go by the expected numbers, although it's not a huge difference, and Haaland is probably again in the form of his life. If you want to go against him in the away fixture, then there are few picks that are emerging, and maybe could be those free hit windows or maybe some captaincy differential that you can plan either with Saka or Salah as a free hit option.
By the way, game week 14, Bruno Fernandes is an amazing
Yeah.
shout because they're playing West Ham at
Yeah.
home in game week 14.
So yeah, like I mean, there are cases like you can think of that. But yeah, let's move to our teams, and we'll discuss more on our captaincy thoughts there as well. So this is my team. I haven't made my moves yet, so I don't see any price drop for Gabriel happening yet. So, but like if you see my team, there is no Gabriel right now. So the planned transfers are. I was thinking if Semenyo was injured, I will move Gabriel to Keane and I will make Semenyo to Saka, which will give me again 3 Arsenal, which is still good of enough for me to navigate till 16 and play my free hit in the week I like, maybe with injuries or something like that. But now, like, I'm thinking it's better I move out Eze because Odegaard is back. So Eze might be
Hmm.
playing 60 to 70 minutes now. So, or maybe not even starting the next game week, although he also scored on the IV and it was a crazy goal. Like, it was a really good goal. But yeah, I'm like the planned transfer. I'll upgrade Eze to Saka, who will be my captain for this game week against Spurs, who has a good record against Spurs as well. And then Gabriel to Mukiele, like And then I already have good players for this game week from a defensive standpoint. I'm playing Timber home, Richards against Wolves, good clean sheet and Defcon odds, and Senesi against West Ham again, a clean sheet plus Defcon potential over there. So really sorted with that, and I'll won't have any transfers left, but I think it's okay. Like I want to play a punty way till 15 so that I can bank on as much because I don't have chips left. My bench boost wasn't that great, although it did give me a green arrow. It was a anyway low scoring week, so that's where I am.
No, but this I like the plan genuinely.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
a great team, and that's the kind of setup. I mean, everybody is moving
And still
towards.
trusting Pedro for another.
Yeah, I mean, so you can always move Pedro, and you'll probably go a million down from Pedro only. So that will also
But yeah, I
allow
don't know
you
what
some
to
more.
do with him after this game week because I don't think Thiago particularly has great fixtures. But yeah, anyway, that it looks like my plan transfer for the upcoming game week again.
Yeah, I mean, you can plan on dead ending that position and upgrading some midfield or some
No, I'll
there
anyway
in
will have
defense.
to. But if I free hit next game week, which is unlikely right now, but could be like we'll discuss. I don't
Yeah.
intend to just yet. I
Then,
think there is going to be a better opportunity. My team looks good for 13 as well, so I don't intend to just
yep,
play
yep.
that.
One question from Ritin. He wants to understand if he should do this transfer. Gabriel to O'Reilly, Semenyo to Saka, and Voldemort to Thiago. I'm not.
Gabriel
Gabriel to
O'Reilly.
O'Reilly is a straight away okay.
Yeah.
Then Semenyo to Saka. Now Semenyo has a
So
63% ownership. That's one
I think if
problem.
you have any other, no, I still don't think it is worth.
Yeah. And then he's removing Voldemort for Thiago. I think that is still fine, but Semenyo to Saka is something.
Saka is a must. Saka is a must. So if you don't have
Yeah.
Saka, you should get Saka. I think there are like if you have to talk about marquee FPL picks right now, I think Haaland is one. Then second is Saka. It was Gabriel before
Yeah.
Saka. But now Gabriel is injured, so it is Saka for sure. So you need to have these two big picks. And Saka is a huge differential right now. I don't think he's more than 35% owned right now. And if you captain him, then it becomes a even bigger plus if he
Yeah.
hits the
But
ground running.
I think for Ritin, he only has Semenyo who he can replace to bring in Saka with those three transfer.
Yeah.
Uh, the other thing he can do is I
We'll
think
discuss with the teams at the last, maybe
yeah,
let's
yeah,
let's
sure, sure. Okay,
months.
let's move to Aman.
Right. So
Oh, it's
that's
I
an
think
older.
old team, right? Okay.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
just read it out, your team?
Sure, sure. So for now, I have Raya as my goalkeeper. I have Gabriel, Anderson, and Senesi who are playing as my defense. In midfield, I have Bruno Fernandes, Enzo, Semenyo, NDI, and then up forward I have Haaland, Gyökeres, and Mateta. So
You
last
still have
week
Gyökeres?
I did not make any transfers, unfortunately, last week. And then this week,
Bell,
as
Varun, just a minute. Aman,
Yeah,
Varun, we
I
are.
saw.
You can drop off Varun, it's fine. You go enjoy the wedding.
uh, hi guys.
I'm at the
Hello.
wedding, but I'll be back, guys.
Yeah, yeah, go
So
ahead, go ahead,
I'll
go ahead.
join you. I'll join you guys. See
Hello.
you.
Or Manik.
I think
Chalo.
there is an inclusion, and I'll join you guys soon.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. No,
Sure.
no, no. Just go ahead. That's fine.
So,
Okay.
I mean, right now I have four free transfers, and the plan is to obviously replace Gabriel and Gyökeres as a priority. And then I'm also not very keen on keeping Reinders, who has also been rotting in my team. So I want
Yeah.
uh, to replace that position as well. The idea is to take down Gyökeres to a Thiago.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Take up Reinders to Saka,
Mm-hmm.
and get you know get Van Dyke in place of Gabriel.
Gabriel. Hmm.
Yeah. So if I make these three moves, first of all, Gabriel to Van Dyke, Reinders to Saka, and Gyökeres to Thiago, that leaves me point 0.8 short. So the next idea is that I can just simply, you know, uh, basically make NDI somebody like Josh King, right? And
Hmm.
make that my dud midfield position. That and those will be my three free transfers for this week, or four free transfers for this week, and I'll play a 3-4-3. In
Yeah.
place of Rangers, basically I'll have Saka in this team as you're looking, and I'll be playing Enzo, who plays Burnley away in game week 12, and up top I'll have Haaland, Thiago, who plays Brighton away, and Mateta, who plays Wolves. Right, and then in the back I'll have Virgil, Anderson, and Senesi,
Right.
and Raya in the goal.
I think,
So
yeah, decent.
that looks like that is what I want to do. uh
For
the
your
other
team, I think
idea
that's the best moves are those, I think, for your team.
yeah,
Gyökeres, Reinders, and getting removing Gabriel, I think.
yes, removing Gabriel, Gyökeres and Renders and NDI.
So,
But yeah, the
Ritin,
other
if
idea what I was
Mhm,
thinking was, instead
mhm.
what I can do, since I want to make the most of the AFCON players. So the other idea is that obviously I do Virgil and Thiago in place of Gabriel and Gyökeres, and instead of Saka, I do Mbumo, and in place of NDI, then I can get Ismail Assar, who is also again going away, and this is also all that can be done for free. So the question is whether I should go for a Saka plus King right now, and Saka, who's being probably touted as the captaincy shot for this week, or I can instead get in Embumo and Sar in that place.
I think Saka over Sar. Simple for me. Saka will have a higher
So
potential.
so so by the way, if I do that, I will actually bench Thiago because he's going away to Brighton, and Brighton are pretty good at home, right?
Will you play Enzo? Is
I so he's playing Burnley,
love Burnley?
or I can bench one between Enzo and Thiago, whatever my feel
Yeah,
is. But the thing is, both of them are on penalties, so there's not too much of a difference over there.
right, right.
So,
When
but
is
and then
Palmer
I'll be
back?
not yet.
Not
He's
yet.
actually been delayed. The news came
So,
that he might be delayed further.
what about Turkey? That's what Ritin is asking.
I mean, I would not yet go
City
there. I
punts.
mean, again, simply minutes risk.
Yeah,
I'm personally, I don't think uh, that's my kind of a pick.
yeah.
Yeah. So for me, the consideration is between Star and Mbomo, which gives me a very attacking team. Sar is playing Wolves away. Mbomo is playing Everton at home. uh, and both of them are like, Mbumo is the talisman. Also,
Yeah.
Sesko is injured for at least a month, so Mbumo I think will become like a will play in a two striker system with maybe Cunha up top. So that's it. The other idea is that I can actually do that Josh King thing, right? And wait for what happens with United in general. So
Hmm.
what I do is I do King and Saka in place of NDI and Reinders, and then next week I have the exact money to do Enzo to Cunha. So
Oh,
if Cunha is the and I expect Cunha to be the striker now, play as at least the false nine, like he was doing for Wolves last season.
right.
And for the next 4 weeks, if that is the case, I can, instead of going with Mbumo, I can go with Cunha, and I have the exact money to do that. What do
Right,
you
right.
what do
I think
you
for
suggest?
Saka, I'm a bit biased over here, but Saka. The problem is a lot of people have Saka. The first point is protect your rank and then think about rank gain.
Yeah. No, actually, like if you think of it, Saka is more of a differential than Mbumo. Right now, Mbumo is highly owned than Saka. Saka is just 17.6% owned, whereas if
Oh.
you look at Mbumo, he's 34% owned. He's actually double the ownership of Saka.
So I need to now think, should I bring Buemo in my team? But yeah,
Yeah.
we'll come to that later.
But
But yeah,
I mean, for that matter, I think Saka is definitely he has a lot of routes to points. He is on pens.
yeah.
Mbomo is not on pens. Uh, right, and then
You can
FP
wait for two game weeks to bring in Buemo. It has they have Everton and Palace. He might score
but
against
after
both.
2 game weeks, if you think of it, he's too close to going to AFCON. If I have to get Mbumo, I think
Hmm.
this should be the week
But then
because
we still
then
need clarity. If Cunha plays up front, like the start of the season, if you remember, Buemo passed to Cunha and Cunha used to shoot. So if that happens, I think you would want Cunha instead of Buemo then,
that's what
right?
I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. The idea is that maybe I can just bring in Saka this week.
Hmm.
Let's and see and assess how United are playing. And if Cunha is the pick, I can upgrade Enzo
Yeah,
Fernandez to Cunha directly
right, right,
next
right.
week.
Yeah, I
So
think
that's where I am at.
both Buemo and Saka are good punts, but I would still go with Saka, a much proven player. Buemo is also a proven player, but with United we need to see with Sesko injury.
The only thing is, how much do you think, or do you fear going without Sar, Ismaila Sar? I don't want to be without Ismaila Sar. That's the problem. Like I really like that player, and every time he is on the ball, it feels like he's gonna score.
Yep. And he dribbles beautifully into the
Yeah,
box, and
and
I get the fear,
he hogs
but
the big all those big chances. Like he's always
yep,
amongst those big chances. So for me,
yep.
like a fixture like Wolves is screaming points for Ismaila Sarr. A fixture like Everton at home for Mbumo is also screaming like points.
Ooh. You don't have
And
Mateta, right?
no, they
Or do
do.
you have? You do have
I
Mateta,
have
right?
Mateta.
Okay.
I have
Then
Mateta.
then you can skip Sar. It's fine. Yeah. Diversify.
Cool, cool. I'll trouble you guys over the next 2 days.
Yeah. It's a tough choice for you. I get it. I never want to be in that situation ever in FPL. It's a headache.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my team. I have Gabriel who is flagged for me. Now that Aman have pointed out Allison is back, I'm thinking about Virgil. But but I still so my top three picks I'm thinking about removing Burn as well, but let's see. Uh, for Gabriel Burn, I'm thinking about Virgil, Munoz, or O'Reilly. I can wait for O'Reilly until 8 Nouri goes to AFCON and then he becomes a
I don't
concrete
think you
pick.
have to wait. He's been fit for the last 2 weeks.
Oh yes,
He's
yes.
not even played. Uh,
Yeah.
Eight Nuri.
Yep. That's there. But yeah, I have to prioritize like among the three, I have to prioritize at least two. So I think like O'Reilly can wait, but I'm still not sure. It's a bit of I don't know what I'll do. Uh, is
But the
Allison
team
truly fit?
generally
Is
don't
he
keep
will he
the.
start?
Sorry, which player?
Allison?
Allison, I'm not sure whether he's gonna start. I think he's gonna start maybe after this week, probably.
Hmm.
Maybe
Okay.
not immediately, but yeah. Although he's still rated at 75% chance of starting.
Oh,
So,
we'll
but
get to
yeah,
know
he's
by Friday. So
yeah. Friday press conferences will get to know a lot.
right.
But the team
Okay.
overall looks pretty sorted in general. I feel like
Yeah.
you have a differential in Gakpo, you have Saka already, you have Sa, you have Mateta, Welbeck. is also a great competitor. He's as good as, I feel he's actually done better than Thiago in the last 5 weeks. He's
Yeah.
last 6 weeks. He scored 4 goals in
Yep.
last 6 weeks, and so he's gotten more points than him. And then just diversify into say Liverpool defense, or you if you want to punt, you can go Munoz as well.
Right. 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 Hmm. I also wanted Buemo, but let's see. We can't have all the players. Gakpo becomes Buemo,
So
but the
if you go with Munoz, would you be able to upgrade Gakpo to Mbumo?
nope.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm not sure how much do you have in the bank.
oh, I can, but I'll have to dud my forward, which I don't think I'll do.
No, not doing that. Like, do you have any left
No,
in the bank?
no,
Yeah,
no,
then you can't.
zero. Yeah.
Yeah, so then maybe like if you go with somebody like Richards in place of Gabriel,
Mm-hmm.
will that help you upgrade Gakpo to Mbumo?
Richards, I think it should 4.5,
5.
right? So
Yes.
around 1.9. Yeah, easily. I just
Because
need
for
1
me,
million basically for
exactly. So
Gakpo to Burma.
for me, I feel that is a much better move than, because you already have somebody in the 6 million range in Timber, right?
Yeah.
You should keep Timber definitely, and Gabriel you can downgrade to a Chris Richard or even an Anderson if you like, whichever
But I
of the
can do
two.
O'Reilly and Buemo actually. I have the
Even
fund.
that sounds good to me.
Yeah, I have and I have point 0.4 in the bank even after doing that. So that's something I can do.
Yeah, and then in place of burn, you can go out to up till 5.4 then in that case.
5.5. Yeah, yeah, around. Yeah, right.
So to me, I think you should look at Mbumo and O'Reilly. That sounds
But
to me like
do you think
something
I
that
should
you would
remove a
also like.
Gakpo? Because Gakpo has Nottingham Forest, West Ham United, and Sunderland next three.
But do you think will he start in all of those matches?
That is the fear I carry with this team,
Yeah.
with
And
Gakpo
if you
actually.
don't and if you don't get Mbumo now, you are actually missing out on a couple
Yep.
of good fixtures, because I don't think you're gonna get Mbumo in the next week when he plays Crystal Palace away.
Right, right. Exactly.
So
So
you
I'll get him after 2 game weeks only, and then again
right,
after
and
2 game weeks he'll go to AFCON.
at that point you're basically getting him just for 4 weeks, which is like West Ham at
Right.
home, Wolves away, Bournemouth home, Aston Villa away. So I feel like if you have to get Mbumo, this should be the week, probably. Else you can actually wait. Like mm, I am thinking, like
Mm-hmm.
think if Cunha is a better shout and Cunha doesn't even go to Afcon, he's gonna be in the team. You can think about getting Cunha in after a couple of weeks. Gakpo play out, maybe get some points from the good fixtures that Liverpool
Right.
has. At least Nottingham Forest and West Ham definitely you can play, because
I
Sunderland I think is going to be a tough fixture for any team this
right,
season.
right. One more option I have. I can bring Buemo in place of Zaka, O'Reilly in place of Gabriel, and Mark Gui instead of Welbeck.
You can't do Gehi in place of Welbeck. Na Gehi is a defender.
Gay not Mark Gu. Yeah,
Margu. My bad. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah,
right. So it's
you.
basically Welbeck against Buemo, which I think Buemo is a better pick than Welbeck.
I wouldn't really say that. But don't you think, like, do you want, like, I feel like a three striker system is again
Yeah,
getting some steam. Somebody like a Welbeck or Thiago is a good shot. And actually, I like, so I don't know, I'm myself very torn between Welbeck and Thiago, but Welbeck is as good a pick.
yep, yep, yep. But
But yeah,
apart from that, I don't
that's
think.
also a consideration. I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's a good.
That's it then.
Yeah,
I'll
cool.
decide nothing fixed. As I said, I haven't followed anything about FPL last 2 weeks, but let's see how things goes.
Cool, cool.
Okay.
Awesome. Good
All
to
right.
be back. Glad we are back now. Happy to, you know, be finally doing this. And guys, whoever is watching, whoever is on live with us, please give us a subscribe, like the stream. It helps us a lot. Gets new viewers to our stream, gets them our content gets promoted a little bit more. Please do give a like and share our channel with your friends if you liked our content. And thank you so much.
See you next week.